What's up, everyone? Welcome to Good Morning IWC. I'm your host, Mob Miz. This is your daily wrestling news source. We do have a few things to go over today. This will be a brief episode. Not too much happened. We did have NXT last night, and then I'm gonna run through some news. Throw some shout outs. Same usual rundown, and we'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Time for Thursday's edition of Good Morning IWC. Well, let's get right into it. For starters, NXT last night opened up with Ava telling Tank and Hank, don't interfere in Doc State matches. We had Nia Jax defeat Lash Legends. Joe Hendry defeat Charlie Dempsey, which was pretty surprising. Briggs cut a promo in the ring, which turned into him and Yoshi brawling. They will be having a street fight, I believe, at Heatwave, and I will be there live with my co-host at NXT Rewind, John Anthony from Chairshot Sports. Check him out. Following that, we had a Fatal Influence segment backstage. The TV screen behind them showed Masha and Ash walk in. Um, Grace cut a great interview. Talk about Jordan Grace here. This it was special, especially what just went down with Jonathan Gresham. Still prayers out for him. It looks like he's going to be doing better. I hope to see him in the ring soon, or at least just doing well with life. Um, we also cut the Ava talking to Blake Monroe as that storyline continued. Lola and Kalani defeated JC and Fallon. Stocks and Jasper Troy had a video package. I'm getting into that feud. I think this could be a real good feud. It's starting to heat up. Alba Fire defeated Kendall Gray, who looks like she could be a special talent going forward. Ava announced that JC, Masha, and Ash will have a three-way at Heatwave um, for the title. That's going to be, listen, once again, I'm going to be there live. I'm super pumped for that. It cuts a Page and Green cutting a backstage promo. This is Ethan Page, Chelsea Green. Still half in, half out on their chemistry. And then we went to the main event, which was Doc State defeating Trick, Moose, Javon Evans, and Obafemi. Seems like a little bit of a surprise there. Due to the fact that Trick kind of walked off on them is part of the reason where they lost there. But all in all, it was a great match. A decent show. The match of the night, I mean, there's a few ways to go here. I'm probably gonna go with the four-way as much as I want to say the Nia Jax match because her and Last Legends really tore the house down. But I'll go with the four-way main event for the match of the night. Now, just to get into a little bit of news, we got some bad news coming out of WWE that Naomi is actually going to be out for a long period of time. We don't have the exact information on why yet, but it looks like we could have a vacate of the title coming, which sucks because it looks like she was finally just getting the push she deserved. And it looks like it's going to be pulled from under her for whatever reasons. I will keep you updated on that. Um, we did also see that Priscilla Kelly is coming to MLP September 5th. I'm interested to see that. Um, ESPN, let me pull it up. The chairman of ESPN, Jimmy Pitaro, says that he's actually very interested in purchasing the WWE library when it becomes available. Hopefully he does, and he could get it over there with all the other content all in one place on ESPN. I'm sure people will appreciate that. Um, Now into a little bit of funny stuff. We got Bronson Reed gets another pair of Roman Reigns Jordans. He says he's gonna keep collecting them so until he gets acknowledged. So let's see where this goes. Big E came out and said he would love to see the Bloodsport Natty compete against Becky Lynch. You and me both, my brother. I'm sure there's a lot of people that feel that way. Um, the Carrying Cross and Scarlet Saga continues as they drop new merch. It still looks like they're out of the company. I'm still leaning towards a work. We'll see how it goes. I do want you in the comments to let me know where would you like to see him go or would you like to see him stay. Feel free to put that in the comments. Now we also seen that Angelico Angelico former from Lucha Underground, also the tag team when AEW first started. Um, he's been actually working behind the scenes as a producer and a coach, which is actually interesting. Good for him. New role. It looks like Corey Graves and JBL will be commentating for the AAA Triple Mania, which it looks like it's going to be on the WWE YouTube, which is cool. Definitely check that out. In a break and turn of events, Charles Robinson got rushed to the ER from a bat bite to his foot early this morning, or early yesterday, I should say. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know how you get bit by a bat in your foot, but good luck to him. Hopefully everything's fine. It looks like he's in good spirits. And lastly, let me pull this up here so I make sure I read everything correct. All right, so Stu Grayson, formerly from AEW, Doc Order, he actually was part of the longest professional wrestling match ever recorded. It lasted 21 hours and 49 minutes and 12 seconds. You heard that right, almost a complete day. It was a 16 person um, it was a 16-person match held by Mystery Wrestling to raise money for the Canadian Cancer Society. The match concluded with with a nightfall from Stu Grayson against Junior Benito. The event raised over 33,000 CAD, approximately $23,994 US. That's a I don't know how they did a match for 21 hours and 49 minutes, but sheesh, their endurance is through the roof. So I'll stop my first shout out with them. Shout out to Stu Grayson and everybody that was a part of that match. That's a whole day's worth of wrestling. I don't know how they managed to do that. I also want to give a shout out to the TNA WWE partnership. It's starting to heat up. I do like what they've been doing as of late. I do think TNA needs to get some of their belts back, at least by Bound for Glory. But it looks like WWE is pushing them and helping them to get the TV deal or the streaming deal, which is amazing. That helps not only TNA, but the more wrestling companies that get deals, the better for everybody. I also want to shout out Lola Vice on a new long-term deal. Shout out to her, well deserved. I also want to shout out Daddy Magic. He has received a new long-term deal with AEW, so good for him. That's well deserved as well. So it looks like Lola will be with WWE for the long haul. Daddy Magic will be with AEW for the long haul. Good for both companies. Now, before we end the segment, I want to make sure that you check us out Monday through Friday right here on this channel. Good Morning IWC, roughly at 10 a.m. daily. I also want to make sure you check out Chairshot Sports Monday through Friday. They have shows. John Anthony has something dropping every day. And then on Tuesday, I'm with John Anthony following NXT for NXT Rewind. And tap in right here back on this channel every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time with the Elite Mob. Me, Took Timbo, and Turnbuckle TG with the Dynamite discussions, the AEW Dynamite discussions. Also, remember right there down below, I'm a Prince Nana Coffee affiliate. Use the QR code. Any purchase you make, I receive 10%. It goes into the podcast. It helps me bring, all this great stuff that I'm doing for you. So make sure you tap in with that. Also, feel free to follow me at Mob Squad 508 on X/Twitter. And make sure you slam the thumbs up, subscribe. Thank you, comment, and I'll see you soon.